All right, good evening, everybody. Good evening. All right, if you all can hear my voice, can you all just like type click on the like, or maybe just click on the smiley face so that I know that you can hear my voice. Okay, so it's Friday evening, 9 p.m. And it's our second live on Friday night, right? So today we have a very special guest, okay, Izwan Jalil. So later I will introduce you a bit more about Izwan, okay. So I think just some updates from us. All right, so Alhamdulillah, we already had this new event that we did for Home Team Esports. We launched our very first event with the Home Team Esports site, where we are sponsoring the prizes for the event, and it was very successful for the run. So really, congratulations for the Home Team Esports team for that splendid teamwork, right? And yeah, so for this live, as mentioned, so the decision to actually do to change the topic for this evening, right, is because of I think it's because of the COVID situation as well, and a lot of us we are feeling a lot of emotional turmoil, and it might affect our health as well as our mental capacity as well. All right, so I think so later on I will invite Izwan in. Okay, so Izwan, are you ready to come in? Okay, he's nodding. So I'll get him in. Hold on, Izwan. Give me a moment. Izwan!
Hello.
Hello,
Can you hear me?
hello. Yes, very clear, very clear.
Alright, Alhamdulillah.
Okay, Alhamdulillah. I'm trying to like toggle this thing we can appear both. So you are back. You had a long day.
Oh, yeah. I had a
Had
very
a
long
very
day
long
today.
day. Yeah, very long day for you.
A very long day for me.
Okay, so you're already home lah.
Oh, yes. I was
Alhamdulillah.
home. I'm happy. I'm happy to see the family at home. After COVID-19 circuit breaker.
Correct. So I think that's always the lovely thing that we are doing things that I think most of us are always busy, right,
Yeah.
with our lives, with working and all that. So I think with this circuit breaker, it allows us to can also spend time with our family lah. So that is right. Do you think so? Can try to let me see how I can. Hold on, give me a moment.
Sure.
Bring you together with me. You are here. Check. Where is the double that can bring you in sekali with me? Hold on. Ikut tidak lah. Hey, this is weird. Yeah, very loud enough. So I'm just figuring out why this one can. Okay. Why cannot bring you in? Where I find you right? Okay, let's bring you in. Is one eh? Okay, there's some issues with the thing. Okay, kita tak pasti just for now. Okay, this is you for now.
Oh,
Okay.
only me. Oh,
Yeah, so I'm trying to see how, I don't know why there's some issues with the thing. Okay, but it's okay.
okay.
As I am talking to you, I'm figuring out as well.
No. Okay.
So the thing ini lah. Okay, tak apa. Alright. So Izwan, so just a bit of introduction. I think Izwan has joined the Grandi team. We joined the team, okay, as one of our kira program directors lah. Okay. So maybe you can share with everybody like what is your role and how are you coping so far with the task. Yeah.
All right. Hi everyone. My name is Izwan. I'm the operation director for Grandi. Basically, my role is to create programs and to when we speak about wellness, we only when we speak about wellness, we only think about our physical health, but we forgot that the strongest organ is right up here. So that is how we challenge one another. So it gets when it gets stronger, you get better. Automatically your body reacts to your brain. So it's a tough job, yes, but yes, of course, but of course, we would love to get reach out to every one of you and just hey, let's do this properly. Yeah, but inshallah, yes, yeah.
Okay, finally we can see the both of us.
Right.
Okay, got it already. Okay, so the reason why we got Izwan in as well in our for us, because we feel that Izwan has passion towards the youths and especially the youth at risk, school leavers, and with your experience in the social service sector for I think close to 8 years. Yeah, close to 8 years, and after the conversations we had with him, he is very passionate on that target market. Yeah, so I think again, the youths are definitely the future of our generation. So I think we do need and somehow with Grandi, we're trying to see and involve more associates in the organization, right? So that we can all grow together, especially in this training industry. And that's why we branded ourselves to be Grandi Wellness Network to allow more associates to be part of the community. And we really thank you for that, to give your insights, your inputs, so that at least we can all grow together as a team. Right. So and also other than that, as he was sharing, in terms of his handling more on the operation side for with us together, okay, and especially the more on the blasters programs where we use nail guns, okay, and I think Izwan is coming out with a new program, very unique. After all this situation with COVID is a bit better, we would love to actually share the programs to all most of our clients, existing and new. Inshallah, then we can at least look at how we can do these programs and make it a bit more impactful for them, even for like the educators or their organization lah, right? And especially the workplace, correct? So I think the workplace, so again, using nerve guns as part of the workplace health, being active lah.
Yeah, G-active program, yes.
G-active program, inshallah. So we are looking at that as well. Okay, and why we decided to change the topic, right, Izwan? Instead of the conversations with teenagers, okay, we wanted to do more on dealing with the loss of loved ones during COVID-19. I think because we had this conversation, like one of the things that we wanted to be more involved on, right, is in terms of managing the janazah, right, the janazah management program that you actually mentioned to us.
Yeah, correct. Yes.
Yeah. So I think other than the programs that we have, like academic programs, active programs, this is also another area that's affecting the community. We talk about this topic. It's quite sensitive, I think.
It would be interesting. Yes.
Yeah, correct. But I think it's again part of life and death. When there's the living, there's also when we also need to think about what happens when we go to pass away, pass on, right?
Yes.
And somehow with this COVID-19 situation, I think there have been quite a lot of videos going around about at the area of burial, right? When people were to pass away, how all these organizations actually handle them full gear, right? So that again prevent the COVID, as in the viruses, from really I think you would understand better on the aspect since you have been being in this organization for a while other than helping us also, right? Since we are pretty quiet in the program side, okay, maybe you can share a bit your journey with What's the organization again? The name
Okay,
of the organization?
the organization that I am
Mm,
helping out is called Pengurusan Jenazah Sinaran Baru.
mm,
Short form, they are called PJSB lah. So ini semua orang, all of these people are just old school people dealing with traditional burials. But the 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 f- the good part about them is they are actually growing, and how they grow is well, they are in line with the society now. They're working with the community. And I'm blessed. I'm blessed to be working with them because I have learned a lot. Yeah, now, because we focus on the living, for sure. Yes, when we talk about wellness, let's do this, let's live our life. But what happens when it ends? And
yeah,
it's an eye opener. So it is a good point to share, actually. Yes.
correct. And I think this COVID situation, it really gives the humanity, brings out that humanity. You know, sometimes like you can really see the true colors of people in a way that some can be really and again lah, that when we ask ourselves, it's also a self-reflection for me that the human part of us, was it lacking, right? Was it lacking then? But now with this COVID situation, that there's again the rise of the thoughts of, is this why, you know, again, the purpose like why all these things happen? Maybe it's also to look at how are we leading our lives so far, and where are we going to bring our life next? All right, moving on.
Yeah.
A lot of reflection as well.
Yeah. A lot
So
of reflections, of course. Yes.
maybe
So,
share a bit about your experiences with
all right.
the organization. Mm.
Alright, sure. Uh, for the past, let's say, 2 months, I we have been having this initiative of under the COVID ruling of the circuit breaker. So
Mm.
it started way before circuit breaker, and when we heard that, in when a Muslim family faces a burial, there's
Mm.
only there's because of the virus, it is limited to only 10 person in a house.
Mm.
All the,
100%.
yes, we are really uh, looking into that lah. Actually, we're still trying to figure that out. So,
Mm.
10 person in a house. So, as you all know, we have to pray. The solat jenazah has to be 1 meter apart, and also we have to succumb to the rulings. Actually, it is not that okay. When we walk into the thin gray line of religion, we have to be very sensitive in a way where there are ruling bodies that
Mm.
determines what we can do and what we can't do. But of course, it is to the best of intentions and to the best of the situation that is up. As you all know, COVID itself, life is what I saw. Life is it's let me find a
Fragile.
word for it. Yeah, it's
Fragile,
it's
right?
it's hardening, and then the people that is going through it is they are not having a good time, really.
Mm.
So we see people working from home, and then the challenges. Okay, you when you are in an office, you have everything there, a quiet place, and then a place for you to grow your mind, and then the creativity sets in. But imagine if you're in a house, yeah,
Mm.
and then yes, and then for example, yeah, I have 5 little gremlins running around the house. So
Yes.
yeah, it is a challenge. So
Mm.
yeah, okay. Like I said, when we are walking through the thin line of religion, we have to be sensitive in what we do. So I delved myself in this scene because I want to help more,
Mm.
because I want to know what's going on, what is it like, and of course, and then I thought about death. So, oh, how are they going to cope in this COVID situation? Will but I am surprised in the Malay community. This is me saying from my heart lah. I'm
Mm.
surprised from the Malay community. Okay, of course, family is a very big a big deal for us. because we believe in the community spirit. And then apart from family, we have close friends, close relative, distant relatives from other regions and all. So in death, we would come together as one. That's one of the best form of humanity that you can see, that grows, that you can feel the community coming together and act as one. But in the COVID situation, I would want to see and want to learn more. And then I had this opportunity to work with an outstanding organization. It's called a PJSB, like what I mentioned. Uh, we clinched to PJSB, and they are nice enough. Let me mention a few names here. Ustaz Haji Roslan and the wonderful staffs down there, Hidayat and Ashraf. They are willing because I believe that the years and years of them working uh, in Muslim burials, they of course they know the tips and tricks, but of course sensitivity and how to act around the families of the deceased. I think they are doing a marvelous job right now, especially in this COVID situation. But of course, we are tied under the 10-man ruling, and then working under pressure. For example, because you are dealing with family members, and then to come and visit, to come and attend a burial in the Muslim community is uh, we in an Islamic point, it's fardu kifayah. In that sense, of course, we will come as a community, and then as Muslims, we will pray for the janazah, and send good wishes to the family, help out the family in a way, and then make the operations easy lah. So yeah. So under the COVID situation, how they are going through the process is, it's actually a rigid process. So this uh, tukang mandi jenazah lah, the funeral directors have to tweak their operations due to the situation, and then at the same time not crossing over the Islamic aspect of it. So I believe that these people that I know of, okay, let's give a shout out to other Muslim burial services also. I believe that they are facing the same challenges what PJSB is going through, but of course, to step up, you need character, you need that, you need that oomph. Uh, that is the extra mile that we go to, because times are hard. Sensitivity is lacking, and we are in a society of people complaining everything, and then we are living in a time and space where one thing you do bad, you can be recorded, even though it's not in
Spiral.
the same context. Yes, the
Correct.
the viral thingy lah. So now
Yeah.
it's beyond thing, because I think it is amplifying because of the fact that everybody's on their phone,
Yeah.
yeah, updating themselves about the COVID situation, and then you saw the small blue app by the right. Oh, let's go into Facebook, and then you're gonna see a lot of viral stuff. So
Correct.
uh, yeah, it is quite hard, and I think the Muslim burial companies are doing a great job in helping families that are overcoming, the loss of someone dear to them. That is my thing. Yeah.
But have you had conversations with the family members?
Oh yes,
Like,
yes.
yeah, how they deal their loss and all that. So most of them are pretty calm.
Okay.
But
To me, okay. This is I won't call it a bad habit, but it's a muscle memory for me. So as a social worker and trained under counseling, uh, I would want to hear them out, and then reach out to them, show empathy to them, and then ask how is it like now and all. to the families, okay, the impact on families, that is for sure they are going through a hard time. Usually, everybody will want to attend a funeral where
Mm.
I believe that you know call it a market research lah, right?
Mm.
Families will have a better closure seeing the burial,
Mm.
ending it ending it in a peaceful manner. So watching your other family members that are alive, so that feeling of togetherness is there, so everybody's consoling everybody else, right? But in
Mm.
this COVID situation, because the number of people are controlled,
Yeah.
and they are, most of them are reflecting this emotion of uh, you know uh, why can't I go there? It's a big place at the funeral. Why at the cemetery? Why can't I be there? But deep inside, uh, this is the community. I think this is the point where we can grow as a community, because they know that the COVID situation is very, very serious, and
Mm.
they are taking that into account. So
Mm.
we are going places. We are in a way we upgraded ourselves, so we know what's important and what's not. The community, okay, it's heartwarming to see people coming in a death, right, in a family, taking temperatures of other family members, making sure they are safe inside the house, although they themselves are recovering from grief, you know
Mm.
uh, taking temperatures, giving out masks. The community, from the traditional way of dealing with death, they are trying conventional ways to make things easier for everybody. And the
Mm.
best thing is, it's the other family members that because they felt that, hey, there's more that I can do. So
Yeah.
yeah, let's
Mm.
try taking your temperature. Okay, if you're unsafe, please don't come in, because the family is in grief, and we would want the best for the family. And then if you yourself are not healthy and not feeling well, please, when you are healthy enough, then you can come back. Yeah. So people are going people are going online. This is another upgrade that we see. You'll be surprised by the older generations. More and more tech savvy. You
Mm.
know, yeah. For example, you'll see I'm talking statistically lah. In
Mm.
one family, there will be one uncle with all the gadgets.
Mm.
Right? Their gadgets will be far more advanced than you. Then it's like, whoa,
Mm.
wow, this uncle is very high tech. There's always one MacGyver in one family. so, so they are using technology to help them out. I believe in these times, it is a good medium to settle closure. So
Mm.
in the situation, I found a way to really connect people together and have a proper closure and have proper emotional wellness in these troubled times. Because,
Mm.
for example, uh, the think about the ones that are overseas, who are going through a lockdown, and then they have nowhere to go. The only thing that they have is texts from family members, what's happening now, what's happening now. But with proper closure, with views, and then with a GoPro view of
Mm.
what the family member is going through, people are going towards that, using
Mm.
technology. Yeah, using technology. So what we did was, uh this is an initiative that is brought up from us lah, from the team itself. So we really checked, and really checked with the bodies that
Mm.
governs the rules and all. So what if we do up provide streaming services for the family, and then, okay, streaming services, why? So of course, me being me, like, like I said, like, it's a muscle memory. So it is the information will be flowing through my mouth, and I said, "Look, we are doing this for closure, and then it will be good for their mental health and all." Then we are surprised that the governing bodies are very very supportive on this, and yeah, and they say that, yeah, uh, and I got feedbacks from people stating that, uh, thank you, you are linking the loopholes that we see, that we can't reach out and grab to. So
Mm.
I felt like, hey, this is something good, you know, when we stream to the families. The feel good factor is, like I said lah, when we want to help someone, we are
Mm.
not looking at the thank yous and the presents at the end. It is actually that feeling of, you know I am doing my part in helping, and then I am glad that I am that person where I can link you to the closure of the situation that you have. And then,
Mm.
yeah, I'm really, it's overwhelming lah. The governing bodies are supporting it, but people are saying good things about it. Oh, thank you. But as we stream, of course, there are guidelines that we have to follow. For example, we have to be sensitive, because this is, people are handling janazas. And
Yeah.
then, we really take things into consideration, whether, are we going to film the janazah, the face and all. But of course, the proper guidelines were given. I think the team is doing a great job. Shout out to the team. And, uh, Alhamdulillah, all praises to God.
Mm.
Uh, we are doing really, really well. It's not if you guys are thinking about, oh, you all got a lot of business now. Well, death is a business, but yeah, it has
Mm.
to be done.
Yeah,
Yes.
it has to be. Okay, we do have Saliha saying Assalamualaikum, Aifa and Wan. Waalaikumsalam. Thanks for
Waalaikumsalam, salam.
yeah, and I think for our non-Muslim viewers, I think this can be very good information for those of you who are tuning in to actually understand better about how the Muslim burial services work lah. Maybe this
Ah,
can be another information for you as well, because I think we do have like non-Muslims as well viewing, right? Maybe even after the video is done. Okay, so some questions. When you
okay.
mention using technology like GoPro, so that means it's to film the burial area itself, is it? As in the
Uh, okay. The whole okay. Before we go to the what we are filming, I will explain how a burial is done. So,
mm,
family members will as a Muslim, when a Muslim dies, it has to be clean and proper. So,
mm,
the janazah is showered properly, and then we pray together as a family, or as a community, for the janazah, to send him off, or him or her off. And then
mm,
we're gonna bring the body to the cemetery, and the
mm,
burial will take place down there. Uh,
mm.
how the question is how, right? How?
Yeah, because you mentioned about GoPro. So
Okay.
what if you're filming the stream for the other
Oh,
members who are not able to be there? Is it as
so, we have taken things into consideration, all the fine details of what we can and what we cannot film. Uh,
mm,
yes, so the filming is more on, okay. In Islam, there is, when you bury someone, the Imam will give the talqin. That
mm,
talqin is for the living. It's not for the dead. The deceased, his
mm,
whatever that will be left in Islam, we believe whatever that will be left by the deceased, by the arwah, is the amalan, his good
yeah.
deeds, whatever that he's done in his past life. All the good things will come, and the family will get the blessings from him. Uh,
Mm,
for example, what do we do? We focus more on the living. That is the number one thing that we are focusing on, because
mm,
the business of the arwah, of the deceased with the living is done. And
mm,
now when we are sending him off, this is between the deceased. and his all the deeds that he has done, it is between him and the Almighty One. So what gets the most out of this is actually the living that is there. So to understand and learn how the how when the imam is giving the talqin, and I'm not saying that talqin is like an eulogy, but the talqin is it is impactful. So on being there most of the times right now, looking at being there at the cemetery helping out families, I saw the imams are really taking things into consideration. Even if there's a large number of families down there, the 1 meter spacing is
Yeah.
enforced. The masks are enforced. Imams are taking steps into, what, let's be safe first before we go on with this.
Before we go
And
for the
then,
rest.
yes, in this COVID situation, the togetherness of the family, and then the explanation of why they are there, how this can be a learning curve for them. I'm telling you, it is remarkable. So the recording, okay, the GoPro, okay, I'm not using a GoPro because that will be very
Everybody mentioned
unethical. So what I'm saying is that the GoPro view, what I would see actually is what the family members will see. So they will see the burial going on, the living praying for the deceased, the imam saying his talqin to the living, and it's just wonderful. Yeah, it's just wonderful. So the sensitive issues about the janazah going into the burial pit, and then the proper way of burying a janazah. Yeah, it is described, but yeah, but being there, it gives an extra edge to really feeling that you are there. And like I said, the closure is wonderful. Families are thankful. I'm thankful actually. The idea came in, and I'm blessed. I'm really blessed right now. Yeah, I
Inshallah,
appreciate
I think it's like really using technology to actually support the situation right now in terms of
it.
the like you mentioned lah, the closure, right, for the
Yeah,
family members.
right.
Wow, I think that's really mashallah to share you actually doing this right now in this situation.
I'm
Yeah,
just
no,
someone
I'm just thinking.
trying to help. Yeah.
Yeah, that's like makes me like very eager to actually learn more about the courses, right? And because I think you mentioned to me before that
Yeah.
you guys are coming up with a few online courses, right, for
Yes, right.
jenazah management.
Yeah. Let me touch upon that. Okay. Uh. You know. The the way the burial process of a Muslim is, I'm not going to say tedious, but it is achievable if you study and you practice. So uh, Persatuan Jenazah Sinaran Baru is actually taking a step into this. Uh, we do courses for those who are interested in taking an extra step and learning how do we do it, how can I help. uh, for example, right now the use of technology, this is a very powerful tool to reach out to people like me, and of course us as Grandi Ifa. Do you agree? And then uh, to all the others out there, you can still learn through your phone or through your laptops. So Persatuan Jenazah, Pengurusan Jenazah Sinaran Baru is looking into online classes. Masya Allah. Yeah, I think this is a great breakthrough. And under this hard times, this COVID situation, you will see ideas blooming like this. And uh, I see the good points of it. I see people coming together. I see people taking the extra step. Oh, I can't be there. It's okay. I video call you. So yeah, it's all about human connection. It's all about how you, me, and the rest connects with each other. And mashallah, I yeah, whatever how people see it nowadays. Yeah, I am. I'm blessed lah. I saw it in a different light, and
Mm,
when I go through that light, of course I'll cast a shadow. Uh,
mm,
Haters will be haters.
mm.
People will have perceptions, different perspectives, and I welcome them. I really do. I welcome, because it is part of my growth, and
Mm.
subconsciously their growth too. Yes.
I think that's part of human nature lah. All of us, we have our judgmental moments, judgment when we make on other people, the first impression, right? So I think, but I think by when you think about life and how fragile life is, like we mentioned in the beginning, it makes us more humble, to really humble ourselves down and to be more compassionate to other people,
Yes,
trying our
I
best to
believe so. Yeah.
and to put ourselves in their shoes and even for them in ours. Okay, and because we never know, like anything can happen, right?
Correct.
Our, it can be our neighbor, or even our family members.
Yeah.
But it's how we prepare ourselves. I think that's most important. And by this COVID situation, the circuit breaker, then why not just take more courses, right? And really
Yeah.
improve in terms of knowledge on how, whether is it for business, right? Like,
Yeah.
I think as you know, Rani has been doing a lot of business programs, business training courses for entrepreneurs, for mompreneurs, but we are definitely looking into this aspect as well because I think it's a need now. When there is the living, there's also, like I mentioned, that it needs to be done
Yeah.
because in every living, we will definitely pass on one day. So, and this knowledge will be very helpful. So I
This
think
knowledge will be very helpful. Yes. Yes. That I
that
believe. Yeah.
brings out the like we talked about the humanity part of us lah. I think that's
Yes,
also
of course. Of course. In dark times, humanity will rise. And I always hear quotes and read quotes about it, but I
mm,
never actually felt it
mm,
until I've seen it myself, and then I felt it myself. I guess, okay. Let me share just one more.
mm.
Uh,
No
what
worries.
hits yeah what hits home
Mm,
was the burial of a to me lah, my experience lah. What hits home was a burial of an infant, and
mm,
under this COVID situation, and I see strength from the family. I see resilient, and then I see faith. So
mm.
to be around this, I am blessed. I know that through dark times I can find strength. I can find, that humanity still prevails. Yes, of course.
Mm. And I think it's also what, like you mentioned, and experiential learning, right? I
Of
think
course,
life is experiential learning.
yes, it is. Yes,
Whatever we
it
want to
is.
do, it's all about experiential learning that you can never take
Of course.
away. Because
That one
whatever
cannot take away. Man. That one you will hit the wall now
you
and
want,
then. Yes.
you want to learn patience, you want to learn resilience. Yeah, I think Allah Ta'ala, our creator has his way of
Oh,
teaching us all these values.
you will be tested. Yes, of course. Yes. Yes.
And it's really nice to hear that you actually started this as for income for the family, but it turned out to be a bit like more than that, right? That
It,
really gives you the insight and the experience that is, I think going through the experience itself, no words can say lah. I think because I have never been in one before, as in you talk about like management of jenazah.
sure.
Yeah, so I think that's to hear it from you. I think that itself is wow, mashallah.
And yeah, the thing is,
Kind of nice.
the, yeah, the thing is, the one that knows me, yeah,
Mm,
for the viewers out there, I'm
yeah,
not like this, after,
see from another
like I said, you
side,
will
right?
hit walls now and then. You will hit walls in experiential learning.
Correct,
This time,
correct.
I've been hit by the hardest concrete wall that I've ever have experienced, and Alhamdulillah, it gave me a different view, a different aspect, and I am blessed, and I'm happy that I can be part of helping. And yeah, nothing beats the feeling of helping. And I would extend this to everyone out there. Help a person, then you will be helped. And
Mm-mm.
it's awesome. It's awesome. Yeah.
And what's more, when you are going through challenges yourself, but when you help others, I think inshallah, like we call it the karma, right? It will go back to you. But don't expect it to come from the same
Of course.
person, like
Of
from
course.
other ways, inshallah.
Yeah.
We talk about sustenance, right, in other ways. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, for most of you, Izwan and myself actually got to know each other from the outdoor education industry.
Right.
House for a while. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think some of our outdoor friends are doing.
Yeah. What is he talking about? Death. Is he serious?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
guys.
we all go up
Yeah.
families and all
Yeah, we
right.
all grow old, we got out of the outdoor scene. Now, hey, I'm indoors, circuit breaker. Yeah, think about that. Yeah.
Kita
Yeah.
je nak paintball je kan.
Yes, yes.
Can. Thank you so much, Izwan. Right.
Yeah,
I think
sure.
any questions from the viewers, please post it down at the box below. I think we can definitely answer your questions. Right. If you have any questions at all about Muslim burial services, pengurusan jenazah, because again, today's topic is about dealing with loss of loved ones. So not really it's one's loved one, but I think it's more on his experience dealing or meeting with others who are faced with their loss of loved ones. Yeah,
Of
so
course, yes. Yes.
that is
Yeah.
also a perspective that you were sharing with us. Yeah, okay. So it's really, but I think thank you very much for being in the live.
No worries. Yes, my pleasure. My pleasure. Yes, my pleasure.
Right?
Yeah.
Right. So I think that and for the insightful sharing. So do update us about the information lah, about how we can go into the online jenazah courses, right? That you actually mentioned.
Sure. We do.
We can see, we can share it amongst our contacts and our work. Maybe we can all go and learn together. I
Oh,
will
yeah.
definitely be one.
Let's learn.
Yeah, inshallah, the knowledge kan. Yeah,
Inshallah.
and I'm sure that how about the pelapis, right? Is it pelapis they call it where you help to manage the jenazah? What do you call? What do you call it?
Manage the jenazah.
As in, like freelancers
Okay.
lah who wants to help in the ini.
Yes. They are
What's that?
basically called juru mandi lah.
Juru mandi.
Yeah, juru mandi. That's okay. The courses. The course is juru mandi, and then you can learn how to lead a prayer. You can become an imam, and then most of all, the most beautiful part. I think the most blessed thing is to give the talqin to the living, and yeah, that is, inshallah, that feeling is different. Yeah.
So these courses, when they would sign up, they can actually learn all these roles, or they will a certain, or how does it go? Is it
Okay,
the
the
courses?
online courses will cover from palliative care itself. Before that,
Palliative.
yes, before death, during, and after death. So we are looking at emotional aspect, physical aspect, how to deal with the situation, and inshallah, as we grow, we will think of stuffs that are needed, and we will spread out the knowledge to uh to everyone that wants to learn lah. Inshallah. Yes. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much, Izwan.
No
Right.
worries.
So,
Yeah,
any questions from the viewers? Right, but thank you so much for tuning in. I think we
sure.
really appreciate. And apologies for the change of topic, but we just thought we just had to
Yeah.
come up with this topic because I think it's
I can talk all day. Yeah.
Izwan talk ni.
Yeah, sure.
So today's live is a bit different. Like for Azri, his was more on slides and all that. So that's how he preferred. But I think for us, we prefer this the kind of conversations,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. So thank you very much for tuning in. Do follow our live next week where we will have from Forest School, all right? Darren Pratt, who is actually the founder for Forest School, and we're talking about how to engage, how parents can engage children, right, during the COVID situation. Alright.
Yeah.
So anything else you want to add, Izwan, before we end our live for tonight? Anything else?
Any questions you can post it through IFA, or you can try to find me. I'm sure there's a few Izwan Jalils out there in Facebook, but yeah, try to find the big burly guy. That's me. Yes. Yeah.
Correct. So we will see if we can get to start from Ustaz, what you mentioned, right?
Yes, Ustaz
Yeah.
Roslan. Yes. Sure, sure, sure.
Because we are doing like this Ramadan special thing, maybe in Ramadan kan, we just
Insyaallah.
invite Ustaz to
Yes.
share a bit about,
Insyaallah.
talk about the emotional aspect about this as well, kan.
Of course.
Maybe because I think he has more knowledge, and I think we would love to have him in our
Yeah,
lives.
you hear it from the horse's mouth. Hey, I'm
Maybe
still
later on,
learning. Yeah,
later on we can make it live also.
yeah, sure.
So at least
Insyaallah.
then we can have a more interactive session and all that.
Insyaallah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think that's all from us for the night. Again, you know who to look out for. I mean, you can always like post questions even after we end this live at the comment section, okay, or
Sure.
even PM us personally. Yeah, we will definitely update about the information and details that how you can sign up and register for the Jenazah online courses. Right, so do tune in also on our upcoming updates because I think Grandy is also coming out with a few programs online.
Yeah.
Really finding technology, how we can leverage on it and see how we can support like our entrepreneurs, our entrepreneurs, right? Even the youths, and even this aspect of the jenazah management aspect lah. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much.
Yes.
I think
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
you're most welcome. Okay.
I think I need to shave lah. This COVID situation. Ayyo. I can't even cut my hair. Ayah. Problem. But by the
Can
end of COVID ends, right, I'll be that character from Adam's Family, Eat, the cousin Eat. Oh my god. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think this competition also really makes us don't allow us to shop a lot because we tend to
Yeah.
buy a lot of things. Right, like we say,
Actually can save money lah,
seriously, random, what to buy sih? Kita makan only lah kan.
Makan only lah. Yeah.
Can. All right. Thank you, Joanne. So I think also keep a lookout for this one. You'll be helping us also in our future
Of
programs for
course, of
Grandy.
course. Will do, inshallah.
So help each other lah. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Okay.
Thank you.
So, bye bye.
Bye.
Okay, so that's Izwan. All right. Thank you very much everyone for tuning in. I think we really had fun. Hope the conversation really gave a lot of wonderful insights from the both of us. Yeah. So I think the topic itself, I think hopefully it has given you some information that you can actually bring, to your friends, your family members. Okay, so that's all from me. Thank you very much. Good night, everybody. That will be the end of our live for this evening. See you next Friday. Bye.